Hello, and welcome to Is My To Be Read Pile Too Big? Which I answer very conclusively, and the answer is yes. Yes, it is too big. I'm just going to run through a few books that I have picked up recently that are sitting on my TV or pile, and yeah, which isn't going anywhere from us. I have a very, very enthusiastic and energetic 2-year-old who has, I guess you could say, curtailed my reading to some extent, but I am still going to try and get through all of these books this year, hopefully. So I am going to start off with The Relentless Blades by Russell Carroll. Relentless Blades. Sorry, that reflection is kind of bad there. What can I do? Okay, there we go. Relentless Blades. Try that. There we go. Relentless Blades. That's pretty cool. A big orc kind of looking dude and a human looking dude with very big blades. Yeah, that is Blades by Russell Carroll. Russell, you will find on many of the social media sites, and I'm just going to read you a little bit about this book. Into my presenter voice, my whole life, I've felt ashamed of my problem. But you didn't make me feel bad about it, said Vig. Beverley's face scrunched and one of her eyebrows raised. Why would I do that? Acknowledging your limitations and seeking help to overcome them shows bravery. I'd never mock someone for that. Relentless Blades. Press the wrong men and meet their blades. Unable to find his lost brother and racked by guilt, Grimlock toils as a scout in a frontier town while plotting where to search next, all the while yearning for acceptance from the townsfolk who hate him because of his race. The peace he craves always eluding him. Vigilanton relishes the respect and fear he garners throughout town. It is a stark contrast to his treatment in the knighthood, but serving at the local crime lord's whims and tarnishing his honour gnaws at his soul. Is he the failure his father always claimed? An ancient sceptre's discovery threatens to tip the balance of power, and the fiendish Vragrots are hell-bent on seizing it. When Vigilanton's knightly brother arrives to uncover the Vragrots' plot, it ignites the fuse on a deadly chain of events, from which Grimlock and Vigilanton cannot escape. Now they must confront their haunted pasts and act. Neither sought to be allies, let alone heroes, but spilled blood unites them, propelling them on a bloody quest of vengeance. Vengeance is power. Vengeance is merciless. Vengeance is relentless. That sounds pretty cool. Good job, Russell. Okay. Next one up today, a book I picked up last week, which I've kind of been meaning to pick up books from this author for a while. This is from D.B. Rook. There you go. Alice and Crow. The Wayward World Chronicles Volume 1. What actually reminded me about D.B. is that he has a theme tune to the Beard of Darkness podcast. And every time I hear it, I go, I must read his book. So yeah, shout out to that podcast as well. Well worth going over and checking that out. Palace Crows by D.B. Rook. Now let's have a look what this is about. His book is delicious. It's action-packed. The storytelling is epic, and you don't want to miss it. That's Bookworm Bunny's reviews. And let's see. In a path of blood lead to redemption. Is redemption enough to amend the wayward world? Morality and reality have shifted from their natural axis. Technology and ideology derive from the remnants of a world long dead and segregated by the monsters that now rule the seas. Flo, a young ranch hand, is swept into an odyssey of redemption and revenge as he strives to hold back the ravages of fate and the urges born of a curse shared with his new mentor. Callus, an exile struggling to find redemption whilst keeping his vampiric curse from tainting his new ward, pursues his prey across the sea. The new world they discover reveals a tyrannical society fixated on their council's ascension to godhood. That's great. Blurb. Very good blurb. I like that a lot. Okay. I think that's definitely one to check out and have a listen to his music as well if you can find it. Okay, next one up. Without Expiration by William Hinsey. William also has a very cool podcast where you drink whiskey. So being Irish, obviously, I'm all for that, except I don't actually drink whiskey. Makes me feel ill. But don't tell anyone, because being Irish, you kind of have to represent the brand a bit, and I have to say I love whiskey, even though I can't drink it. So just don't tell anyone that I don't drink whiskey. Let's see. Let's have a look at this book. Are we bad people who sometimes do good things, or good people who do bad things? As society struggles to reconcile the uncovering of past wrongs with simple human frailty, punishment, and personal redemption, the stories in Without Expiration challenge us to consider the humanity of characters who are flawed and heartbroken, and who do and suffer terrible things. Works from Without Expiration have been published in some of America's finest, best short fiction journals, from the tale of a devastated father hunting his daughter's killer to that of a couple forced to confront the disintegration of their marriage anew each time the wife awakes from a persistent vegetative state. The short fiction in this anthology seeks to obliterate any sense of righteous indignation and to question how any of us can make it unscathed through a life where our every mistake is without expiration. Winner of the 2021 American Fiction Award in Anthologies, and named one of Kirkus Review's best books of 2020. Also named a finalist for the 2020 Eric Hoffer Award and 2 International Book Awards. Wow, that's very impressive, William. I look forward to reading some of those short stories. Also, definitely go and check out his podcast. I'll put links down below so that you can go and have a look. Okay, I have 2 more I'm going to talk about today. This one, again, only found this recently. So this is The Forsaken Planet by Brian Wilson, Power of the Stars, Book 1. It's difficult for me to say. I kind of have a funny thing with my ors at the end of words. Or Power of the Stars, Book 1. Very good. That's from Brian Wilson. I think he released the 3rd final installment of this series recently, but I just picked up the first book because I hadn't come across it before. And I think Brian, if I'm right, is a chippy or builder, something along those lines. So I'm always very interested in working class writers like myself, and I know he has some working class heroes in this book, which is a big thing I look for in books. So I'm quite excited about this one. So let me give you the spiel on the back. The Forsaken Planet is the epic first installment of the genre-bending science fantasy series Power of the Stars. Power of the Stars, with it we are capable of greatness, or are a weapon that will only bring suffering to the universe. When mysterious aircraft wreak havoc across Earth's skies, it is revealed that there are clusters of other planets where humankind resides, distant worlds where the people wield the power of the stars themselves. It is an energy force that can bring about miracles, or, as the alien fleet's ruthless leader displays, unleash horrors beyond imagination. After experiencing a loss during the onslaught, Colton Sampson, an ordinary college student, vows to protect his loved ones at any cost. But to learn the power to do so, he must enlist into the army of the Universal Throne, a second alien force with its own agenda. With the revelation of a secret prophecy foretelling humanity's demise and Colton's improbable role in preventing it, he embarks alongside a diverse group of friends or the Throne's capital. Who faces prejudice from supposed allies, lifelike combat simulations, and test him to his core, and the looming threat of a universal war. Only by embracing his true potential can Colton hope to secure the safety he seeks in a universe that views him as nothing more than forsaken. The Forsaken Planet is an epic science fantasy debut that simultaneously satiates and leaves me hungry for more. That sounds great. Looking forward to that one. The Forsaken Planet by Brian Wilson. So do go check that out. I'm going to leave it there today. I will be back. I have plenty more to talk about, but I'm not gonna do them all in one go because then I'll run out of content for the show. So what I would say is I will leave links for all of these books, and while I haven't read them, I've been recommended these books by other people, and as you can hear from the back of them, they all sound awesome. So do go check them out and buy an indie book today. Thanks so much for listening, guys. I will see you next time. Gurmagat, and goodbye.